Hello.
Vô rồi, vô đầu. Đi chữ Hằng á.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Good evening to you. Good morning to me. uh, Hello, everyone. I'm just showing you some pictures of places in Atlanta. This is where I live.
Hello, teacher.
Hello. Good
Hello,
evening to you.
yeah. Hello, teacher.
Hello. I'm going to do something real quick. I'll be right back. It is evening for you and it's morning for me. Oh, somebody's using the whiteboard. Be careful. Yes, the weather here is perfect. It's spring. It's warm. Uh, the sky is blue, and uh, it's beautiful. Lots of flowers blooming. Um,
And I hope you slept well last night.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I hope you had a good sleep last night.
Oh, I did. Thank you. Is your volume turned up?
Um,
It's very quiet.
can you hear me now?
Not very well. It sounds like you're far away.
It's maximum now.
I, I can hear you, but I can barely hear you.
Okay, I will raise my voice.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
Just look at your volume and make sure your volume is turned up on your computer.
it's on.
Okay. And the volume is up high.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Ah, that's better. Okay.
technology often fail me.
That happens to all of us. What name should I call you?
You can call me Katie.
Oh,
Actually,
okay, just like it says on the screen, KT. Okay. Okay.
actually, my name in Vietnamese is Tam. Tam.
Oh,
Tam.
Tem.
I'm calling for teachers.
Okay. Well, hello, KT. Hello, Tem.
Hello, Jack. We're
uh,
very happy to see you back.
I'm happy to see all of you. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get started. It's time to start class. So what I would like to do is I need to close that. Need to minimize that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you about some of the essays that you've been writing. And the first thing that I want to say is somebody is doing a very good job of teaching you, and you are doing a very good job as students because the essays that I have read are excellent. And so when I tell you how to improve something, it's probably going to be just some little things because the writing that you're doing is very, very good. So that's the first thing I want to say. So if I correct you or if I have suggestions for improving, it's just to make it even better. But I just have to say I'm very impressed with your ability to write in English and to write a good essay. So I'll start by sharing with you some of the things that, some of the recommendations that I have. Okay, so this is an example from an essay, essay one from group one. And the student wrote, therefore, both views will be discussed in this essay. Okay, and my recommendation is to say, therefore, this essay addresses both views.
Một đứa này
I'm sorry? Um, okay, so um, I'm not sure if you have covered this in your grammar classes, but active voice is preferred over passive voice. So active voice is when you have a subject that does the verb. So this essay addresses, okay, that's active voice. If you say will be discussed, you're not naming the subject. You don't know you don't know who is going to be doing the discussing. That's called passive voice. Okay, and there's a good reason to use the passive voice when you don't want to say who did the action. For example, you might say a crime was committed. You're not saying who did the crime because you don't know who did the crime. So that would be a good time to use the passive voice. Okay. If you if you wanted to say, for example, um, dinner was served, you're not saying who served dinner because that's not the main focus of the sentence. Okay. But I would just say, when you can, try to use active voice instead of passive voice, unless you have a good reason for using passive voice. And if you want to look that up in your grammar book, it's called active voice and passive voice. Okay. I will be giving you this document at the end of class today, so you don't have to write everything down. I will give you this document at the end of class. And let me go a little more here. Okay, and it is true that there are two words in English, human and kind, but if you want to talk about all humans, you use just one word, humankind. Um, and that is it's a very small little detail. But these words are valid. Human has meaning and kind has meaning. But if you want to mean all of humanity or all people, then you use it as one word. Okay, when I want to add a word, like in the next sentence, I'll put it in blue. So this student said, without the participation of vast majority of individuals. You need to say the vast majority. You need to have the article the in that sentence. The vast majority. And that's a very good expression, the vast majority. That means most people. Okay, by far, most people. If you have a question, you're welcome to ask a question, or you can raise your hand. on the camera, or you can raise your hand in Zoom, or you can just ask your question at any time. If you have a question, please ask. I welcome your questions. Okay, now the next thing I want to talk about is this. Somebody used the word rubbish, and I just want you to be aware that rubbish is usually used by speakers of British English. In American English, we usually use the words garbage or trash. We don't usually use the word rubbish, although we understand the word rubbish, and sometimes we use the word rubbish. But when I hear the word rubbish, I think British English. So that's just a little subtle thing. It's not wrong to use the word rubbish. I just want you to understand that that is primarily used by speakers of British English. Okay, there are many differences between British English and American English. And there are many different types of British English, and there are many different types of American English. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing just for a minute to talk about that. I will. Oh, well, you don't need permission to record because I'm recording it and I will be posting it also. So you don't need to record, whoever that is. I don't know who you are. 05G8. Oh, bow. Okay. So you don't need to record. I'm recording it, and your professors will help you know when and where to go see the recording. So I'm recording everything, and it will be on YouTube. Okay, so you don't need to record. I want to talk about. Let me talk a little bit first about British English. That's where English originated, and supposedly the most what some people say is the best British English. Actually, there is no best. Okay, there are lots of different kinds of English. You've got British English, you've got American English, you've got Australian English, you have Indian English. They're all different kinds of English. And in each of those countries, there are many different types of English. So if you're in England and if you want to speak like the Queen speaks, I'm going to put it in chat. Well, they call that the received pronunciation. That's like the Queen speaks. Okay, that's called received pronunciation. So if you come to the United States and speak p, people will say, "Oh, you're from England." Okay, because um, they have a pronunciation that's very different from American English. Okay, um, in the United States, for example, we would say, "I'm going to drive my car," and the British have a soft ah. They don't say r, they say ka. Okay, that's just one example. Um, but there are many different types of British English. Um, there's Cockney, there is, from all the different parts of English, from England, you can tell if somebody is from Northern England or Southern England or Eastern England or Western England or London. So there are many different, and the word to use is varieties of English. Okay, that's the word to use. There are many varieties of English. When you go into the grocery store and you want to buy some leafy greens to make a salad, there are many different varieties of leafy greens. There's spinach, there's lettuce, there's arugula, there's all kinds of varieties of lettuce. So there are many varieties of English. Interesting, I live in the south of the United States. Atlanta is in the south, but and the English in the South is different from in the north of the United States. But Atlanta is a very big city. There are 6 million people here. Um, so the English in Atlanta is um, is more cosmopolitan than the English in other parts of Georgia. In other parts of Georgia, and I'm sure the same is true in Vietnam. I know that um, Vietnamese in the north is different from the Vietnamese in the south. I have gone on YouTube and I'm looking at, I'm trying to learn about Vietnam, and I even got a book. Um, I got a book and it's called Southern Vietnamese. Okay, so there are different varieties of Vietnamese also. Okay, so the same thing is true in English, only for English, there are many different varieties of English, and English is spoken all over the world. So just so that you know, you should be aware of these different varieties. So let me go back and share again. Um, let me just give you one more example. So the variety of English that I speak in Atlanta, when I talk about I'll drive my car, and in the north, in like Boston or New York City, they don't say car like I say car. They say more like the British English, they'll say ka. So it sounds more like ah. And in Boston, uh, they have a heavy Boston accent, and they talk about I'm going to park the car by the river. Okay, so it's a very distinctive Boston accent. If you want to explore that, all you have to do is and go to YouTube and look up, search on American English varieties or American English dialects. Um, by the way, the word dialect is for people who study language, for linguists, dialect is different than variety. A dialect is um, it's very different than varieties. A dialect is something that some people might not understand. Okay, just so that you know, a variety, it people still understand each other. It just sounds different. They might make some different word choices, just like I was saying with um, the word rubbish reminds me of British English, and in the United States we usually use garbage or trash. And by the way, I wanted to say that your articles that you wrote about the environment are very impressive, and I'm trying to do those things that you were recommending. Like I'm trying to not use so much plastic. So it's not only well written, but good thinking as well. Okay, let's go to the next one and look at this sentence. Therefore, all governments ought to sign up treaties about environmental pollution and create world nature care organizations. Okay, I understand this phrase. I wouldn't really write it like that, but it's okay. But the problem I have is this sign up treaties. That doesn't really work. Um, okay, I would recommend that you say create policies and laws
强调
instead of sign up treaties. Therefore, all governments ought to create policies and laws. Okay, so sign up for is a phrasal verb. Does everybody understand phrasal verb? A phrasal verb is a verb that um, where other words go along with the verb. So sign is the verb, but then you have these two prepositions, up for, and that phrasal verb is used to mean to join. Okay, so for example, if you want to uh, if you want to go to a gym and do yoga, you would sign up for a yoga class. Okay. Um, if you want to go into the army, you would say, I signed up for military service. So sign up for is good English, but it's used to mean to join a group. You know, you could uh, sign up for a soccer team, for example. Okay. But also the word treaty doesn't work here because a treaty is an agreement usually used between two nations, meaning that you want to get along with each other. So um, I think the better words would be policies and laws. Okay, so like I said, this is very well written. It's just that I have some little recommendations for making a little bit better. Are there any questions about this? Anybody have any questions? Okay. So I just want to say again, this is all very good writing. Um, I think it's excellent. Your teachers are doing a great job and you're doing a great job. Okay, let's talk about this word nowadays. To me, that word is antiquated. Antiquated means people don't use it so much anymore. Um, I don't know if you know the word antique in English, and antique is something that is old. Antiquated means people used to say this, they don't say it so much now. I would recommend using the words today and currently. Now, you can still use the word nowadays. It's okay. It's just that I think that these words are better now for current American English. Okay. So instead of using nowadays, which is, it's correct, it's just that I think um, word choice now, most people don't say nowadays. Some people do, and some Americans would disagree with me, but I think um, uh, like I read a lot. I read newspapers, I read books, and I watch the news on television. I don't hear that word nowadays very much at all. Okay. So I would just say use today or currently. Okay. Any questions about that? Okay. The next thing I want to talk about is this sentence. However, I believe that humans should change their demands in a daily life and reduce the use of products that can harm nature. Thereby, people throw away tons of plastic bottles and bags that do not decompose and save electricity and water. Okay, just a couple of things. Um, you you should eliminate the word a. You would just say in daily life. You don't need to say a daily life, just in daily life. That's a little thing. The word thereby is not used correctly here. It doesn't make sense in this sentence. Okay. I would recommend that you say, for example. Okay. So let me show you a sentence where thereby is used correctly. Thereby, okay, he burned the meat, thereby ruining dinner. Okay, so you use thereby when you want to say this thing happened, and as a consequence of this, another thing happened. Okay, so he burned the meat, he ruined dinner. Here you can use thereby, meaning at the same time or as a logical consequence of something. Okay, but for here, I would use, for example, people throw away tons of plastic bottles and bags. Okay. All right. So this is it's a good sentence. It just needs a couple of a little bit of help. Okay. The next sentence is, it means that people should learn how to appreciate the nature, convert things and use goods many times, recycle and reuse when possible. Okay. Let me see what, oh, I see. Okay. Um, this is something that I wrote, and I should have put it probably in blue to show that I wrote it. Let me see. Where's the blue here? Yeah. Okay. So you don't use the word the with nature. Learn how to appreciate nature. You don't need to use the word the. Okay. Um, Convert things and use goods. I would say um, you probably just should say recycle and reuse. Um, that is clearer to me. Convert things, it's possible to use that, but what you really mean is recycle. Okay, and everybody understands recycle. You've even got the logo for recycle as the circle. You know, excuse me, and reuse. Use goods many times. So use goods many times. You can replace that with just one word, reuse. And people understand recycle and reuse. Okay. So, for example, um, okay, so in Vietnam, I think, I eat Vietnamese food. I love a good bowl of pho. I like pho ga, and I use chopsticks. Um, Now, I don't know the word in Vietnamese, but I will tell you. Okay. Okay, I see some people said no, sir, no, sir. I don't know what that is an answer to. What did you mean, no, sir? Okay.
It's to answer the your question about understanding.
Oh, okay. So that means you did understand? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Um, okay. So I know that in many different Asian cuisines, people use, I'll put it in chat. In English, we call them chopsticks. When you when you eat pho with the chopsticks. What do you call those in Vietnamese?
We call it đũa.
Ua? Oh,
Yes.
dua. Okay. Ah, okay. Thank you. Dua. Okay. In English, chopsticks. Okay. And Americans do use chopsticks sometimes. And sometimes Americans say, no, I don't want chopsticks because I'm not very good at it. So some Americans are learning to use dua and some are not so good at it.
You know what?
And what?
Um, the first word I learned in America is chapstick. Chapstick.
Oh, chapstick. Okay, that's
Yeah.
for your lips. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't know anything about chapsticks before, but and when the weather got a little bit too cold, then
Mm-hmm.
I was complaining about my lips, my
Uh-huh.
dry lips, to my friend in. She was in Pennsylvania,
Uh-huh.
and she recommended me buying chapsticks, and I was like, why do I need to use chopsticks? Because I haven't never heard the word chapstick before in
uh,
America. So that's what
okay.
I learned in America.
That's great. Oh, your lips hurt, so get some chopsticks. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I put the word chapstick in chat so everybody can see that. Chapstick is something that you put on your lips in winter when it's cold, but chopsticks are the things that you use to eat with. Okay, very good. All right, because they sound very similar. Chapstick, chopsticks. Okay. Um, all right. Well, let me see. Uh, let's do something a little bit different now. I need to go to one of my documents. We will come back and look at some more, we'll review some more of your work. But I want to review something with you. Let me, let me go get a document real quick. Okay, now I can share it with you. Okay, do you remember we looked at this document yesterday? How to express opinions. So um, it's hard for me to, I would call on you to read for me, but I'm having a real hard time with your names. If I can, let me go to KT first, or Tom. Tom, can you read this first uh, line here, these two sentences for me, please?
Okay. I think that she's right. I think she's right.
Okay, good. And I'm going to, if I mispronounce your name, please forgive me. But I see not. Could you read the next line, please?
Yes, I think that he's not a good person. I think he's not a good person.
Excellent. Okay, great. Bao, could you read the next one, please? Are you there?
I'm here. Um, I believe in equal human rights. I don't believe that. I don't believe in that religion.
Excellent, Bao. Thank you very much. Okay, how about Lam? Could you read the next one, please?
Yeah. In my opinion, we should obey the law. In my opinion, she is a great person, solid
Excellent.
person.
Okay, excellent. Very good. Wow. When I um, agreed to teach this class, I didn't know how good you all are, but you are very good. All right. Okay, Quy. Do I pronounce it Kui? How do I pronounce your name?
You pronounce it correctly.
Okay. Could you read the next line, please, Kui?
Um, I feel that the world needs more people like her.
Okay, good. Okay, so that's another one where you say I feel. All right. Good. Nu Tao, are you there?
You Tao.
Nu Tao. Okay. Could you read the next one, please? Nu Tao, are you there? Okay, let's go on to Hawaii Lean. Did I say it right?
Yes, yes. Um, from my point of view, my native language is just as important as your first language.
Excellent. Okay, very good. Okay, and now I'm going to try hard to pronounce your name correctly, but if I don't, please help me. Uh, Tuyet Ni, Tuyet Ni, are you there? Okay, I see Ni 25G8 Ni.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay,
I regard him as a great man.
okay, excellent. Very good. All right, now we're going to ask
Yes,
some
thank you.
questions. Thank you, Ni. All right. Huang An, Huang An, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm sorry, sir. There are two Hoàng Anh right now. I thought you called me.
Can you tell the number?
O1G2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two. Hoàng Anh from group two.
I re- uh, what do you think? What do you think about it?
Okay, excellent. Did I pronounce your name correctly, Huang An?
Hoàng Anh, yeah,
Okay.
correct.
All right, good. Thank you very much. You did a good job. Now I see what looks like 25G7 Pho. Is that right? Did I say that right?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Can you read the next one, please?
Yes. Um, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on that?
Excellent. Okay, you did a good job. All right, and now let's go to 28G8 Nin.
Yes, sir. Okay. What's your opinion?
Good. Okay, did an excellent job. All right.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Now let's go to O1G7 Wang An.
Yes, sir. I agree with you. I agree.
Okay, excellent. And the next one, 25G5, Phuong. 25G5, Phuong. Okay, let's go on to 35G8, Tien.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, could you read this, please?
I think so. I guess so.
Excellent. Okay, very good. And okay, somebody's connecting to audio, so I'll go to 14G8, Huyen. Huyen, am I saying
Yes,
that
I'm
right?
here.
How do I say your name?
My name is Huyền.
Yuan? Okay.
Yes,
Could you read this, please?
yes. And I tell you why.
Excellent. All right. All right. The next person is going to be very lucky because they get to read all of these different short answers for yes. How about 07G4 Hien?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. Yep. Definitely. Absolutely. Exactly. Totally. True. Word.
okay. Good job. Very good. Okay. Why don't you also read this?
That's true.
Good. Okay. Now let's go to the disagree. All right. Let's go to disagree. And okay, let's go to 33G8. My Hong Tui. Maybe maybe my pronunciation of your name is so bad you don't recognize your own name.
You're doing a good job, Jay.
Okay, thank you. 33G8, my Hong Tui. Okay, not there. Let's go to 40G8 yen. 40G8 yen. Okay, how about 13G8 Hawaii? Hawaii. Okay, Hawaii. How about 18G2 Lan? Not there. Okay, let me see if I can go to somebody else. I think I'm going to call on the people I can see. It helps me if I can see you. So if you turn on your camera, that would help me. Um, and if you don't have your camera on, if you have a picture, that helps me. But it really helps me if your camera is on. So if your camera if your camera is on, I'll probably call on you. You don't have to turn your microphone on, just your camera. Okay.
Con zoom cho Minh rồi nghe.
Okay. I didn't mean for everybody to turn your microphone on. Just if you're going to talk, turn your microphone on. But if you turn your camera on, I can see you, and I can call on you and ask you to speak, and then you can turn your microphone on. But microphone and camera are two different things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll through Zoom because I have 7 different pages of students. So if I see someone with their camera on, I'll call on you. So it looks like nobody has their camera on. The the trouble is sometimes a student will log on, but then they'll walk away from their computer. So I don't know if you're okay. Here's somebody. Here is 39G6 Hyunduk True.
Yes, sir. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yes. Could you read this, please? Oh, I'm not sharing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I had to stop sharing in order to. Okay. Could you read this, please?
Um, I disagree. I don't agree. I don't agree with you on that.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. I love music, but not in class. Okay. Because I need to be able to hear you talk. Thank you. You did a great job.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm at the coffee shop right now, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, go ahead and put yourself back on mute. Okay. Thank you very much. You did a good job. Okay. What about 19G8 Lean? Could you read this?
Yes, sir. That's not true.
Good. Okay. Excellent. And how about 11G5 Lan?
I don't think so. I guess not.
Good. Lan, why don't you go ahead and read these two?
Short answer, huh?
Hmm.
No, nope, nah, no way. Uh-uh.
Good. Okay. Perfect. That was great. All right. And let's go to 41G9 Uyen.
Yeah, I bet to differ.
Excellent. Okay, great. And let me see if I can find somebody else. Oh, good. People are turning on their cameras. That's great. Okay, how about 22G4 Tan?
Yes. Oh, when you cannot agree, we agree to disagree.
Okay, good. All right. And now I would like to stop sharing that. Thank you very much. You did a good job. um, I have to go. Have to go get something. Give me just a minute. Okay, now I can share this with you. Let me go full screen. Okay, so what you're going to hear is you're going to hear some people expressing opinions, and it's going to be a couple, a man and a woman from the United States, and they're from New York City, and another couple, a man and a woman, are from London, and they're having a conversation and they are expressing opinions. And I want to see if you recognize any of the expressions that we just talked about on that handout. So what I'll do is it's not even 3 minutes, it's 2 minutes and 52 seconds, so it's short. I'll play the whole thing first, and then I'll come back and play it again, and we'll talk about what they're saying. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I got to share. I've got to share audio. Okay. Can everybody see practical English?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
So, when will you be coming back to New York, Carrie?
Oh, I don't know. Hi, guys. Is everything okay?
Can everybody hear the different accents already? American
Yeah.
accent and British accent. Okay. And what about the waitress? What accent is she using? American or British?
Can
All
you
right, just
start
pay
again?
attention. All right, here we go.
Yes, it's delicious, thank you.
That's great. New York waiters never leave you alone. I really don't like all this, hi guys, is everything okay stuff.
What, you mean waiters aren't friendly in London?
Oh, they're very friendly.
Yes, they're friendly, but not too friendly. They don't bother you all the time. Can I get you anything else? More drinks, maybe?
No, thanks, we're fine.
Fantastic. See what I mean? Personally, I think people in London are a lot more easygoing. London's just not as hectic as New York.
Sure, we all like peace and quiet, but in my opinion, New York is possibly, well, no, is definitely the greatest city in the world. Don't you agree?
To be honest, I definitely prefer London.
Well, come on, Rob, you've lived in both. What do you think?
Oh, well, I have to say, London's very special. It's more relaxed. It's got great parks, and you can cycle everywhere. It's dangerous to cycle in New York.
Why would you cycle when you can drive a car?
You can't be serious.
Okay, I agree. London has its own peculiar charm. But if you ask me, nothing compares with a city like New York. The whole world is here.
But that's the problem. It's too big. There are too many people. Everybody's so stressed out, and nobody has any time for you.
I don't think that's right, Carrie. New Yorkers are very friendly.
Oh, sure, they can sound friendly with all that have a nice day stuff, but I always think it's a little bit fake.
You've got to be kidding me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll just have to take this.
Okay, that's all we need to listen to. Does anybody have any comments before we go back and start over? Anybody want to say anything about what you just saw? They're expressing opinions and they're having a discussion. You could say they're arguing, or you could just say they're expressing opinions. Let's go back and listen to it, yeah, and pause.
So, when will you be coming back to New York, Carrie?
Oh, I don't know. Hi, guys. Is everything okay?
Yes, it's delicious, thank you.
That's great.
Okay, let's talk about the waitress for a minute, okay? Because this, let me ask you, where are they? Are they in the United States or are they in England?
In the United States, sir.
They're in the United States, yeah, because the lady from England is complaining about the American waitress. Okay, so let's see, what did the waitress say?
Yes, it's delicious, thank you.
Oh, wait a minute.
Hi, guys. Is everything okay?
She said, "Hi, guys." Now, it used to be in America that you could only say guys to men, but today, guys is used for men and women. It can even be used by a woman who's talking to other women. So guy doesn't mean man anymore. If you say hi guys, that means men and women. Okay. Is everything okay? All right. So this is a waitress. And in the United States, you would say that this waitress is doing a good job. But the lady from London thinks that it's too intrusive.
Yes, it's delicious, thank you.
That's great. New York waiters never leave you alone. I really don't like all this. Hi, guys, is everything okay?
Okay. She said, I really don't like, right? Okay. And she doesn't like this, is everything okay? Because she thinks the waiter is talking too much and bothering them. Okay.
Stuff.
What, you mean waiters aren't friendly in London?
Oh, they're very friendly.
Yes, they're friendly, but not too friendly. They don't bother you all the time.
Can I get you anything else? More drinks, maybe?
No, thanks, we're fine.
Fantastic.
Okay, fantastic. So, is the waitress smiling? Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit more today about smiling. Okay, this waitress is smiling. Why is she smiling? Can anybody answer me? Why is this waitress coming and asking questions and smiling? Why?
I think she was trying to take care of her customers.
Okay, she's trying to take care of her customers. That's an excellent comment. What else?
She tried to be friendly.
She's trying to be friendly. Very good. Why is she being friendly?
To get tips.
Yes, to get tips, because in the United States, the waiters or the wait staff or the wait people, it used to say waitress, but not so much anymore. Um, uh, so this is her job. It doesn't pay very much at all. She probably only gets $2 or $3 an hour to do that job. So in order to make a living, she has to get tips. She has to get money. Okay. So let's also talk about American restaurants. This looks like a nice restaurant. It's not cheap. It might be a little expensive. And in New York City, the restaurants want you to come in, eat, tip, and go away. So one of the things that the restaurants do to make you go away is they keep coming back and saying, is everything okay? Do you need something? And if then that's the way the restaurant makes money, is by selling them more drinks, maybe dessert. Okay. But if people are just sitting and not eating and drinking, then the restaurant sees that as not good. And so in the United States, sometimes restaurants will try to kind of get you to go. Okay, so that's a cultural thing. And also her smiling is a cultural thing, but it's also a very, she's smiling because she wants, like you said, she's trying to take care of her customers, but she's also trying to make a living, get some money.
See what I mean?
What did she say? See what I mean. Okay, so that means that was an example of what she was complaining about.
Personally, I think people in London are a lot more easygoing.
Okay, so she said, personally, I think people in London are a lot more easygoing. Easygoing means relaxed. Okay, so personally, I think
London's just not as hectic as New York.
Sure, we all like peace and quiet, but in my opinion, New York is possibly...
Okay, in my opinion, all right.
Well, no, it's definitely the greatest city in the world. Don't you agree?
To be
Don't you agree? And then she says, to be honest, In other words, she's going to disagree, but the way she begins to disagree is to say, to be honest,
To be honest, I definitely prefer London.
I definitely prefer London. Okay.
Come on, Rob, you've lived in both. What do you think?
Oh, well, I have to say, London's very special. It's more relaxed. It's got great parks, and you can cycle everywhere. It's dangerous to cycle in New York.
Why would you cycle when you can drive a car?
Okay, there's a big cultural difference. People in London like to ride bicycles, and this man who lives in New York obviously doesn't like to ride bicycles. He likes to drive his car. That may be not a difference between England and the United States, but a personal preference. Okay.
You can't be serious.
Now, when she says, you can't be serious, okay, you can't be serious means I don't believe you. I don't believe what you're saying. You can't be serious.
Okay, I agree. London has its own peculiar charm. But if you ask me, nothing compares with a city like New York. The whole world is here.
But that's the problem. It's too big. There are too many people. Everybody's so stressed out, and nobody has any time for you.
I don't think that's right, Carrie.
Okay, she's disagreeing. I don't think that's right, Carrie.
New Yorkers are very friendly.
Oh, sure, they can sound friendly with all that have a nice day stuff.
Ooh, this is something I really want to talk about. When she says all that have a nice day stuff, what she's talking about is a very American cultural phenomenon. Okay, and some it is true that in the United States, a lot of people are, I'll put this word in chat, superficial. Superficial is when you tell somebody, have a nice day, and you just say it and you don't really mean it. It's just something you say, and it's like we talked about yesterday, empty words. Okay, those are empty words. And it's true because in the United States, somebody, might say, oh, we should go to lunch sometime, and they don't really mean it. I spent a lot of time in Germany. Germans are not like that. Germans, if they say, let's go to lunch, and then they'll say, how about tomorrow? But in the United States, sometimes people will say things like that and not really mean it. So this lady is complaining about the superficiality of the American culture. Okay, let's go finish this out.
But I always think it's a little bit fake.
Okay, I always think it's a little bit fake. Okay, superficial, fake, two words for the same thing. So this guy, okay, he's smiling, but this smile is different from a happy smile. This smile means he's really shocked and surprised, even though he's going to disagree with her. Okay, so there are different kinds of smiles.
You've got to be kidding me.
Okay, and when he says, you've got to be kidding me, you got to be kidding me, that means I don't believe what you're saying. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, that's excellent American English. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Okay, let me back that up. I want you to hear that one more time. You got to be kidding me.
It's a little bit fake.
You've got to be kidding me.
Okay. All right. Anyway, those are people who are expressing opinions. Does anybody want to say anything? Any comments on that? Any questions? It means Tao Mai in Vietnamese, I guess. Okay. KT, what means Tao Mai? Superficial? What is Tao Mai? Superficial, or you got to be kidding me? Oh, pretending to be innocent. Oh, huh. And uh, and what does that mean in English? It pretending to be innocent. Oh, seemingly polite. Okay, so superficial is Tao Mai. Okay. Okay, I get it. All right. Excellent. Okay. Very good. All right, now I need to go close this video. Ah. All right, let's see. It's 9:04. Let's do this. Let's see. I can close that, and I can minimize that, and I want to minimize that. Okay. Let's take a short break. Um, take 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 minutes at the most. But everybody, let's take a short break. And when we come back, we will look at some more of your essays. Okay. Okay. So take 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, and then we'll come back. Okay, let's get back together, please. All right. Hope everybody had a nice little break there. Let's look at more of your essays. This is an example from Essay 1, Group 2. Ooh, it's best not to write on the whiteboard right now. Try not to write on the whiteboard, please. Let me go. I need to get that. Hold on one second. Oh, I forgot. No, that's not what I want. I want the... Oh, wait a minute. Where do I get that? Okay, well, let me share the screen again. Okay, here we go. Good. Okay, so this is the opening sentence. By opening sentence, I mean it's this first sentence. It's the sentence that this student started with. People tend to hold a differing view about taking care of the environment. Okay, I would recommend, instead of saying hold a differing view, I would say people tend to hold a wide variety of views. Because if you say differing to begin with, different from what? So if you say it's different, you have to have something to compare it to. So instead of saying a differing view, like if you said, well, I prefer pho with beef, and you differ, you prefer pho with chicken, okay, then you have two things you can compare. So we differ. You prefer beef, I prefer chicken, okay? But you have to have two things to compare to use the word differ. Remember, we talked about in that handout, I beg to differ. That means I have a different opinion than you. Okay, so when you talk about differ, you have to have two things to compare. So you shouldn't begin your essay with people hold a differing view. You would just say a wide variety of views or something like that. Okay, so here's how you could use that word different. He thinks they should get married, but she has a different view. Okay, so he thinks yes, she thinks no. That way you can use different, and you could say their views differ, or the two people differ. Okay, but you have to have two things to compare in order to use differ or different or differing. Those are all good words, but you have to have two things to compare. Any questions about that? Okay. All right. Here's the next sentence. This student said, on the one hand, people should responsible for the current environmental situation. You need to add some other words here. You need to say to be held individually responsible, I think is what this student was trying to say. You can't say people should responsible. That doesn't work. You can say to be responsible, um, but to be held responsible means that there is somebody saying you should or you must. Okay, so uh, when try not to write on the whiteboard, okay? All right. Okay, so in other words, if you just added the words be held individually responsible, I think that would make this sentence much stronger. Okay. All right. You can ask questions at any time. All you have to do is turn on your mic and ask a question. Okay, the next sentence, one option that the authorities have is to discourage citizens from using personal vehicles by charging high taxes and additional fees. Okay, and then they stopped there. What I would add is um, charging high taxes and additional fees for what? So you need to say what you would charge those fees for. So I would add for the use of personal vehicles. Okay, just that makes it clear. If you're going to, I mean, you're talking about, money. So you need to be very clear about what you would charge taxes and fees for, even though, um, uh, do you know these? Let me see if you know these two words. If you don't know these words, you should look them up. Implicit means that you, even though I didn't explain myself, you understand what I'm saying. Okay. Um, if I say, um, um, let's see, I'm trying to think of something that would be implicit. Um, okay. If I told you, I am hungry, that implicit in that statement is I want food. You understand. If I say I'm hungry, you would say, oh, Jack, you want food? And I would say, yes. Okay. To be explicit, if I would say, I'm hungry and I want food. Okay. I'm saying what it is that I want, you to understand. So that's implicit, explicit. Those, when you're writing an essay, you want to be explicit. You want to not don't assume that the reader knows what you're talking about. Be very clear and explicit when you're writing. Okay. Okay. Um, the next one is, in conclusion, I believe that contribution of each individual is just as important as the intervention from the government in order to fix existing issues and save our planet for future generations. That's an excellent sentence. It sounds great. I just have a couple of little things that uh, I think you need to add the word the. that the and then S for contributions, plural. I believe that the contributions of each individual, okay? So I would add the word the and I would add contributions um, because it's usually doing more than just one thing. Um, it, it's kind of, if you say contribution singular, that kind of implies, it's implicit that you mean a, a big sum of money. He made a contribution usually means he gave money. Okay, if you say contributions, that could be anything. It could be recycling, reusing, you know, turning off the lights when you're not using them, things like that. So I would tend to use that in the plural when you're talking about the different things that people can do. Okay. Um, One of the things that you probably should know about me is that, um, well, I'll tell you a few things about me all real quick. Um, I began my career. My first job was a German teacher. I learned how to speak German at the university, and I traveled to Germany many times, and I learned German. And then I was a German teacher, and so I taught German for a long time. Then after I decided to change my profession, and I became a technical writer and an instructional designer. What a technical writer means, you can write about technology. So I studied lots and lots of different technologies. Most of it was computer technology, and I wrote about technology. And that is a particular job in the United States. It's probably a job in Vietnam also. If you want to look up tech writer or technical writer, this was my job for a long time. And so and I got a master's degree in technical writing. So technical writing is a big deal. It's something that you have to learn how to do. You can't just say, I'm a technical writer. No, you have to learn how to be a technical writer and write about technology. Um, One person told me one time, Jack, if people don't understand what you write about technology, somebody could get hurt or die. So what you write must be very, very clear. Okay, so I am a technical writer. I have a degree in technical writing, and I'm just going to give you a tip for if you want to write about technology. One of the things that you want to do is don't use words that aren't necessary. And one of the things that's not necessary um, in this is to say in order to. So you can just say to fix. Okay, you can get rid of these words. You don't really need them. People use it in English all the time. So I'm not telling you don't ever use this. What I'm telling you is if you're writing about technology, get rid of words that you don't need and you don't need in order. Okay, so that's just for technical writing. It's not really for academic writing, but if you're writing about technology, try to use fewer words. Get rid of the words that you don't need. Okay, so here's an example from Essay 1, Group 4, and this is the opening sentence. Nowadays, environmental issue is a phenomenon that many people are concerned about. Okay, you can't really just say environmental issue. I would recommend that you start, get rid of nowadays and say today, many people are growing more concerned about environmental issues. Okay, that's a very clear sentence. It's an active voice. Many people are growing more concerned. Okay, growing more concerned is a good way of expressing. Um, okay, uh, this person used the word concerned, and that's good. I would just say um, growing more concerned is a little bit clearer. Okay, growing meaning more and more and more and more. Okay, or you could use this sentence: today, environmental issues are of growing importance to us. So both of these sentences are more direct, less wordy. Okay, when I use the word wordy, wordy means too many words. If something is wordy, it means you could say that shorter. And most readers prefer short and direct. Um, and use the word issues in the plural. Okay. This person used the word issue. And when you're talking about the environment, there are many, many, many issues. So you want to use that in the plural. Almost nobody says the environmental issue. It's almost always issues. Okay. Here's another. It's it's not only a tech writing tip. It's a clear writing tip because of the above problem. Um, this can be confusing because when you say the above problem, you're not saying exactly what you're talking about. Okay, I would recommend that you say due to environmental problems. Okay, be clear. When you say the above, that means somebody's going to have to look up and see what was already said, and you might have said a lot, so it could be confusing. So I would just avoid this above and below. Don't use that in your writing. Be clear. Say what it is you mean. Don't make people look somewhere else for what you're talking about. Do you have a question going on? Okay. You can ask a question anytime, you guys. And if I say you guys, that's I'm just using current American English, okay? And that means men and women. Okay. Um, okay, so this person wrote this sentence. It should be solved on the government level. Okay, I would recommend that you say governmental level or say solved by the government. Okay, because if you're talking about a level, level is a noun, government is a noun, and two nouns together doesn't really work here. You need an adverb. So if you're going to say, instead of saying government level, say governmental level, or just say the government to be clear. Okay, I know we do put nouns together a lot, but here I think to be clear, or a little bit better writing, governmental level or just the government. Okay, you could ask a question at any time you want. Okay, work to save the nature world. I recommend that you say to save the natural world. Here again, noun, noun. What you want is an adjective and a noun. Not nature world, but natural world. By the way, in pronunciation, in English, in American English, we say nature. The noun is nature, okay? Nature, okay? But when we use this word, this is pronounced natural, natural, okay? This word is pronounced nature. This word is pronounced natural, okay? So nature, natural. I know English is crazy. I know it is, but I'm just telling you, when you're pronouncing these words, this is nature, this is natural. Okay. Just trying to help you figure out my crazy native language. Okay. This person says, secondly, we should limit the use of transportation when it is not needed. For example, we can ride a bicycle or go in the case of close distance, to limit the pollution to the environment. Okay, so I have a couple of recommendations here because a bicycle is transportation. So you can't say, well, you need the word motorized here, because if you don't want to limit the use of transportation, you want to eliminate the transportation that causes pollution. So that's why you need the word motorized here, because motorized transportation is what causes pollution. Okay. And this person said, go a walk in the case of close distance. All right. Somebody needs to mute. We're getting some noise that we don't need. Okay. So you can't go a walk. You can ride a bicycle or walk. And if you are in English, if you say, I'm going to go for a walk, that means you're walking for exercise. If you say, I'm going to walk to work, that is a mode of transportation, okay? And you can never say go a walk. That doesn't work. You can go for a walk, but if you do that, you are not going to work. You are going to exercise or to get some fresh air or something. To go for a walk is leisure. If you say walk to work, that's not leisure, that's transportation, okay? Uh, by the way, there's lots of slang for walk. And let me give you something in chat. I'm going to point you to a dictionary but it's for adults. It's not for children. It's not bad. Well, they use words that adults use. Okay, this dictionary, it's called the Urban Dictionary. Um, and it's okay for me to recommend it to you, but I do want to tell you, I just put it in chat. The Urban Dictionary uses words that you probably don't want your children to see, okay? But it does tell you slang, and it's kind of it's like they have a word of the day, so it'll teach you a new, this is contemporary American English. It's a website. You can get to it. You can have it as an app on your phone if you want, but just be careful um, because it uses adult language. Okay, but it's called the so a true fun site for entertainment. Yes, it is. Okay, so somebody already knows about it. That's good. All right, but just be careful with it. All right. And that is English, American English as it is used today. Okay, so to go back to this sentence, I understand this phrase in the case of close distance, but that's what I mean by wordy. That's too wordy. We need to just, uh, let me see. Oh, yeah, instead of saying in the case of close distance, just say short distances. Okay, that's less wordy. So to walk short distances. Okay. Here's something else that I found. A lot of you wrote the government. And I think you can do better than just saying the government, because the government is, if when you say that, it's very vague. Does everybody understand this word? Vague. If you want to look it up, it means it means I'm not sure what you mean. That's what vague means. It means I don't really understand exactly what you're talking about. The opposite of the word vague is the word specific. So this word specific is the opposite of vague. Okay? If somebody says you're being too vague, please be more specific. So if you want to be more specific, instead of just saying the government, add details such as governmental agencies, such as, and then in the United States, we have this. It's called the Environmental Protection Agency. We also call it EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency. I don't know what if you have an organization like that in Vietnam, but if you do, try to be more specific, because when you say the government, that's very big and very vague. So do your homework and try to come up with an organization that clearly addresses the problem. Okay. Let's go to an example from Essay 1 in Group 5. Okay. This is the opening sentence. You know how I feel about the word nowadays. Environmental is one of the serious issues that the world is facing. People have different view. Okay, environmental is an adjective. It's not a noun. So you have to use it as an adjective. Um, so you would have to say um, environmental issues are, or something like that. But don't use this as a noun. You could say the environment, but I wouldn't say the environment is a serious issue. I would say something like environmental problems are, okay? And then people have different, you have to use the plural here. People have different views, plural. Okay. Um, okay. Here is the sentence. While some argue that personal should change his habit to reduce the damage to environment, in my view, although the government must take immediate actions to saving the earth, people also should changes in their habit and lifestyle. Oop, somebody needs to mute. Are the best way to improve the environment. Okay. I like dogs, but not in class. Okay, I'm going to mute that person. Okay. Um, okay, I recommend that you say, while some argue that individuals should make personal habit changes to reduce the damage to the environment, I think that the government must also take immediate actions to save the earth. If you begin a sentence with while, you must end the sentence with a different opinion. Okay, so this person began with while. That's not a good choice here, unless you have, if you're going to start with while, then you need to have um, a different opinion after the comma. Okay, here you have a comma. So you begin the sentence with while, and here you talk about individuals. After the comma, you have to have a different opinion. So here, government. Okay, so you can't say while without having a different opinion. Okay, I know that might not be very clear, so I'm going to let you look at that for a minute. I will eventually give you this document. It looks like we're not going to finish it today, so maybe I'll give it to you tomorrow. But anyway, the government, not the government are, the government is. The government is a singular noun. One interesting thing, a difference between British English and American English is that when they're talking about sports, the British will say, um, like they would say, this team, um, let's say, if they were talking about Barcelona, they would say Barcelona are when they're talking about soccer. In American sports, we would say Barcelona is. And that's just a difference between British English and American English when you're talking about sports. But when you're talking about the government is. Okay. And Now I want to talk about a form of communication um, that is not about writing, but it is about communication. And I need to go to a site to get there. I don't think we're going to finish talking about your writing today. We will continue tomorrow. But right now, I need to go to a site. I want to do a Kahoot with you. And while this is not about writing, it is very important about communication, and it has to do with your writing. So it should still help your writing. And I'm looking for, so if you want to get ready to do a Kahoot with me, you can get your phone ready. Here we go. Okay. Can everybody see the Kahoot? You go to www.kahoot.it and enter the game pin 7647669. All right, Moon. TT, Vina Milk, Nin, Lam, Jellyfish. All right, excellent. Try not to use the whiteboard, guys. Don't use the whiteboard, please. If you can, erase your stuff because it's going to distract. No name, okay. Baby shark. That's great. Monster, we got monster. Okay, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and get started. The number will be in the bottom right corner, so you can still join even after the game has started. So we need to go ahead and get started. This is gestures in the United States. It's in the United States, okay? So gestures are not the same everywhere. This is for the United States. In the United States, what does this mean? And there can be more than one right answer here in this game. Okay? This can mean excellent or perfect. Either one. Excellent or perfect. All right. All right. Rabbit. That's great. This means I don't know. I'm guilty. What time? I don't have a clue. There can be more than one right answer here. Okay, good. All right. By the way, I want to make sure everybody knows the number to join is down here at the bottom right. If you need it, you can still join. Okay, so this can mean I don't know. Also, we say I don't have a clue. I don't know. I don't have a clue. Okay. You see how this is important to communication? What does this mean? Goodbye, hello, not now, magnificent. No, it doesn't mean goodbye. It doesn't mean anything else. It only means magnificent or excellent. Okay. This means now, time, later, or money. It means money. Money, 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 money. Okay. This means no way, we did it, I love you, or we failed. It means we did it. Does anybody know what to call this in English? They're giving each other the high five, a high five. It's when you win or you do something right, you succeed. We did it. Okay, this means in the United States. I know in other cultures it's a bad thing, but in the United States, okay, it means all four of those things. It means okay, it means cool, it means good, it means excellent. All four of those things. Okay, good. This means no, no way, good, stay away. It means three of those things. No, no way, stay away. Okay, good. I'm happy. Oh no, I'm overjoyed. I'm ecstatic. There are three correct answers here. I'm happy. I'm overjoyed. I'm ecstatic. Okay, those three things. Yeah. Yes. No. I do not agree. I'm thinking. I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Peace, peace, as opposed to war. Yeah, okay. This means I don't want to listen to you. Some people say talk to the hand. It means I don't want to listen to you. These kids are happy. They are saying, they're saying, yay. They're happy. Yay. Okay, so in American English, you can say he is mad and you can say he's angry, because in the United States, mad and angry are the same thing. Now, in England, in British English, if you say mad, that means crazy, but not in the United States. In the United States, mad means angry. Okay. This gesture has been used in the USA to mean all four answers are correct. We have to go fast. I'll explain later, but it has been used to mean all four of those things. All right, we need to hurry. Welcome. You've got to be kidding me, which we heard earlier. Come to me. I want a hug from you. It means three of those things. Welcome, come to me, I want a hug from you. Okay. This means I'm doubtful, I'm disappointed but happy, I'm thinking but I'm suspicious, I believe you. It means I'm doubtful or I'm thinking but I'm suspicious. This means I shouldn't have said that, or I regret what I just said. Power. Power. It's a fist bump. You do not want a knuckle sandwich. A knuckle sandwich is when somebody hits you in the mouth. Okay, that's a fist bump. Last question. This means three correct answers. What the heck? What? Okay. And Whiskey Tango Foxtrot it stands for three letters, W, T, and F. And I can't tell you in a polite company what that means, but that's a polite way of saying, what the heck? Okay, let's see. Okay. Here are the top three, but if you learned something, you are a winner today, okay? If you learned something, you're a winner. Okay, I need to get feedback from you. So, um, yeah, show me your feedback, okay? Oh, you liked it, huh? Okay. Somebody had a little bit of a yellow feeling there. Okay. Okay, looks like you're giving it, and somebody didn't like something. Okay, so I'm sorry. All right. You're always welcome to give me your feedback, always. Okay. All right. So there was a little bit of red, a little bit of yellow, a lot of green, 4.8. Okay. All right. If you want to tell me what made you not like it, you're welcome to do that in chat, or you can send me an email. Okay, it's time to finish class. By the way, I'm going to give you my email address again because yesterday a lot of you sent mail to my private email, which um, I'm trying not to use that for class. So for students, if you would send email to me at this address, if you want to send me an email, you can. Or you can also, send me feedback in chat if you want to. And you can, um, do I love Barcelona? Actually, Germany is my team. I'm for Germany. even even more than the United States. The United States soccer team is not very good, but I love Germany. So just so you know that, I taught German for a long time. And but if you want to send me an email, send it to my John Butler 3618 at comcast.net. And if you want to tell me what you didn't like about that game, I'm more than happy to hear what you have to say. Okay, it's 10:02. It is time to stop class. If anybody has anything you want to say before we leave, you're welcome to speak up and say something. Okay, well, thank you. On.
Thank you very much for spending your precious time with us. And especially thank you for sharing a lot of cultural information
Mm-hmm.
and the differences between the English varieties.
Mm-hmm.
We really appreciate that.
Yeah,
However, for the next classes, could we spend more time on writing the essays? I
sure.
mean, the structure of the whole essay,
Okay.
uh, because we have different types of essays like advantages and disadvantages, opinions,
Mm-hmm.
and discussion. So the student may find it hard to distinguish between the types, and we
Mm-hmm.
really need your help on that.
Right.
Um,
Tomorrow we're supposed to talk about advantages and disadvantages. Yeah. Okay. And I'm ready to do that, and we will spend more time on those essays tomorrow. I didn't even finish the ones from group 1 yet, but I will finish that tomorrow, and we'll go on to group 2.
Thank you very much for your hard work.
Okay. Thank you. I really enjoy working with all of you. Thanks and goodbye.
Bye, teacher.
Goodbye, Chance.
Thank you so much.
See ya.
See you tomorrow.
Bye, Chess.
See
Good
you
night.
later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. All right, I'm going to end the meeting. So thank you and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.